clear your schedule, guys. This is the kind of drama you need in your life. I'm about to tell you a true story that has all the makings of a horror movie. I'm talking infidelity, murder, mental breakdowns, the whole works. My name is Nombulelo, and I hope you are nice and cozy for this story. So I've always been fascinated with stories of people that did the extreme in real life. From those that jump, that can push their bodies to run, jump, think way better than the average human, right? Through to those that could take a life. So that fascination, coupled with me believing I'm a great storyteller, be it through my music or at family events where we repeat stories known by all, but somehow we keep repeating them at every event because they sound new every day. It's quite clear I love the sound of my voice with my choice of relaying the stories. So today's true story happened in June 13th, 1980. A wife, mom, an active community member named Candy Montgomery killed her friend Betty Gore in Willie, Texas. Guys, this woman didn't just kill Betty, but she struck her like 41 times with a wood-splitting axe. I'm talking about those huge axes that are very heavy too. Now the story goes that Candy Montgomery was married, and Betty was also married, and they stayed in the same neighborhood. And Candy was the opposite of Betty, where she was active. She was a very active community member, right? Okay, great stuff. Wherein Betty was a loner, she was a homebody type of person. Now, Candy had a friend who got divorced and had a relationship with another man, and she saw the flames and fell in love with a new love kind of thing. And that's when she decided to Uzoshela, she's going to propose to Betty's husband. And they had a plan, and the plan was that they're going to meet during lunch, no calling each other at home, and no falling in love with each other. Now the story gets more hectic as it goes, because then Candy fell in love with Betty's husband, and she told Betty's husband that I've fallen in love with you, so I think we should break up. And you would think, okay, great stuff, kuphelile lapho. No, that's where it starts getting all crazy. So Candy threw Betty a baby shower. Can you imagine? Beautiful big baby shower, and it was so weird. And Candy was very irritated in that shower, where she felt like everything that Betty was saying about her marriage was not the truth. Where, remember, they had now split. Candy had split with Betty's husband, and Betty's husband and Betty were fixing things. And at the baby shower, Betty was speaking positively about her marriage, and somehow Candy was not liking that. And then one day, Betty's child, as if that's not sick, Betty's daughter used to sleep over at Candy's house because their daughters were friends. Now this one time, Candy calls Betty and says to Betty, your daughter wants to sleep over again, but she says she's got swimming lessons, so I'm gonna come by. Please come through and bring the swimsuit. But then Betty says, no, come through, come noon. Cool. Candy goes, doesn't go noon, goes in the morning, and Betty is already annoyed because now Nati, she had found out that the husband a couple of months prior was sleeping with this friend. How then Candy then goes to Betty's house to fetch the swimsuit for the daughter, but then it is not noon as Betty had said. It is morning, and I guess they were both she was irritated, low irritated, which things are going well with their marriage. And the other one is irritated that she knows but she cannot say, and so forth. Great stuff. Okay, cool. She gets there. So the story is, now Candy's relaying the story in court, that she arrived and Betty was sewing, and when she arrived she asked for the swimsuit, and Betty then went on to say to her, "You are sleeping with my husband." And Candy says she then said, "Yes, I was, but not anymore." Like, what? And then Betty insists that you are sleeping with my husband. She's like, "Yes, I was, but not anymore." And which I'm thinking was a response that shocked her. And apparently Betty went and fetched the ex. And when she fetched the ex, she came with the ex from the garage and pushed Candy into the laundry room and tried to hit Candy. And Candy then says in court that she was angry because Betty hit her a bit on the forehead and said to her, "Shh," and it reminded her of her trauma from childhood. And that's when she snapped and she took the ex from Betty. And now remember, Betty is not fit, she's not active, she's not as fit as I would think Candy was, because Candy was doing everything in terms of sports and activities and so forth. And that's when she took the ex. But she didn't just take the ex, she hit Betty 41 times, guys. And then Candy was charged with first-degree murder, but pleaded not guilty, citing self-defense. Her defense argued that Betty attacked her first with the ex during the confrontation. And after an 8-day trial, the jury acquitted Candy. This was in October 30th, 1980 still, after just 3 hours of deliberation. She went scot-free. Candy and her husband, Pat Montgomery, moved to Georgia and later divorced. She reportedly became a certified therapist and family counselor, living a quiet life away from the spotlight. This is what amazes me with the human brain. This is what amazes me and kind of shocks me all the time. Uguti, what goes on in a person's mind when they're gonna snap and hit another 41 times? And the worst part is, I mean, when they were looking at the track record, Candy, she's loved. She was loved by everyone in the neighborhood. She was a helpful person. She was a loving, kind person. What is it? What is this mental breakdown that caused her to now snap so much? One, in deciding that she would rather cheat on her husband than leaving. Two, go even further to killing somebody. But also the part about Betty's daughter sleeping over, where she knows she's done so much wrong to this woman. It just amazes me. I hope you liked my story, and I hope you enjoyed listening to the story, and catch you next time.